Back for today's typical day in history for June 4th. We're going back to 1913, and this is a wild one and kind of an off-brand sport of horse racing. So we're heading over to England. We're heading to Epsom, England for the Derby. Horse racing super big in England at the time, and in this particular race, King George V had a horse that was going to be run in the race. It was going to be ridden by Herbert Jones, who was a great jockey at the time. Also during this time in England was the British suffrage movement. One of the big characters in this was a woman named Emily Davidson. Emily had spent a lot of time fighting for women's suffrage and participating in protests, trying to get women the right to vote. So she heads to the Derby, and King George V's horse is about to run in the race. She positions herself right in front of the final home stretch at the corner there. She waits for a couple horses to pass by, ducks under the guard, runs out onto the course, attempted to grab some suffragette flags that she had tucked in her shirt at the time. She reached up to grab the reins of Anmare, which was King George's horse, where she was struck by the animal, who was going approximately 35 miles an hour. This happened in less than about 4 seconds. Wild enough, this was actually caught on newsreel cameras. So the race is deemed void. They rush onto the field to get her some help, get her to Epsom Cottage Hospital, where 2 days later she is operated on. She would end up passing away on June 8th at the age of 40 to a fracture at the base of her skull. The rider was thrown from the horse and had a concussion, but would recover in just a few weeks. The Queen at the time had no use for her and said that she was a horrid woman, where King George V wrote in his diary it was the most regrettable and scandalous proceeding. It was on this day, June 4th, 1913, the infamous Suffragette Derby took place in Epsom, England, where Emily Davidson would rush out onto the field and be hit by a horse, striking her dead just a few days later.